I'm very happy to be joined here today by the owner of Pam's Piano Studio, Pam Rollheiser. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Well, thank you for having me. Yes, it's a pleasure to be here for sure.
Of course, and I'm happy to have you here because I love talking about music and the arts. And you have the music class, which is an award winning music and movement curriculum. And you have that as at your studio. So, first of all, can we talk a little bit about what the music class is and what makes it award winning? And how do you incorporate it into your studio?
Great, very good. Yeah. So the music class is a music class for families that have kids from usually newborns right up to about age 4. It's a really unique class because families come together. So it's a multi-age thing. So older kids help teach the younger kids, and the younger kids, of course, learn from the older kids. It's a wonderful interactive thing that way, which is one of the big things that the families love about it because they can all come together, right? I have grandmas that bring their kids. It's so much fun to watch, right? So yeah, we have the music class that in the class we sing, we dance, we play rhythm instruments. So it sounds very basic. And it is, really, because what we're doing is we are teaching kids to love music. We're not teaching them to be performers. We're not teaching them that they're going to be the next concert pianist or whatever. We are teaching them, here is music. Here is the language of music, and they love it, right? It's a very, very active class. We move very quickly from one activity to the next. And so the kids are always kept entertained. It's very, very educational because they learn about pitches, they learn about rhythms, they do learn how to properly use some of the instruments and things like that. But most of it is just trying to immerse the child in music.
That sounds absolutely incredible and amazing for kids and families alike as well. It's a group activity as well. I love the arts. I was a big arts kid in theater growing up. But as a music teacher and a music instructor as yourself, why do you think it's important to introduce music to kids? Like you said, you start this at infant newborn up until a grown a little bit older. So why do you think it's important to introduce music and the arts to kids that young?
One of the great things about the program, like this is the music class is not a program that I myself have developed, right? It has been developed by a family actually in Atlanta, and they went into this about 30 years ago, and they said, music seems so important to kids. Let's figure this all out. So I love it because the program's already there and everything's there for me, right? And so I just get to teach it. I have the joy of that. But they did a lot of research into why music is so important with kids. And it shows there's, so many different angles, right? But the brain itself is, of course, as we all know, split into all the different portions, right? Music is the only thing that actually stimulates all sections of the brain at the same time. So having kids immersed in music at a young age is so important because it develops all of that brain. It teaches the brain to work together. It's incredible that way. Looking at other things, right? Language development. I have so many families that come to me and say, I don't know if my kid can do this because they don't speak. And I'm like, let's bring them, let's have fun. And usually by the end of the session, they are starting to speak, they're starting to sing. Because one of the things that we teach is just very simple little echo sing backs, echo tap backs, things like that. So we're just encouraging the kids to use their voices. And when you think about speaking, when we talk to kids, we know it's really important to talk to kids from being a baby. And it's exactly the same thing with music. If we immerse them in music at home, in lessons, right from when they're a baby, it develops so much quicker. It shows so much more ability as they get older. And as I say, our goal is not to create concert people with this. It's to allow people to enjoy music. because the people that enjoy music are the ones that can get out and dance. They can feel the beat. They can sing along to the songs, even in the shower for themselves, right? So, that's the goal of this whole thing.
Yes, that's a very beautiful way to incorporate both education, basic education like speech, and music and the arts together to definitely teach your child basic stuff that they learn in school, but in a fun musicality kind of way. Now, the next session is coming up on April 8th, so let's talk about that and how people can sign up. It's called the Pony Collection, and I see the book is behind you,
Yes.
and that starts April 8th. So talk a little bit about what the Pony Collection is, what can people or attendees expect, and how to sign up.
Okay, so the Pony Collection, yeah, it starts, as you said, April the 8th. I have two different classes that I'm offering right now in the week. I have a Tuesday 9:30 a.m. and a Wednesday 9:30 a.m. class. Each one runs about 45 minutes. I do try to keep the classes really small. I like to have a maximum of 5 or 6 families per class because I love to have the one-on-one interaction with the kids. And if the classes get too big, you don't get that, right? So I like to keep it fairly small. The Tuesday class is actually almost full. So if people are wanting that Tuesday class, hopefully they get registered soon. Being a business owner myself, of course, the joy of it is I can add other classes. So if these classes fill, or there is a request for other times, then I can always add those. So to register, the easiest way is to go to my Facebook page. It's Pam's Piano Studio teaching the music class. And on there, I do have a link to, it's a Google form that I'm using for registration. You can just email me at pamspianostudio@gmail.com, and I will get you added to the lists that way as well. And I can also just email you the form that way. If you wanted to, my phone number's on my Facebook page as well, if you would like to chat more about things. So.
Wonderful. Well, this music class sounds absolutely fantastic, and it is a great way to introduce your child into music at a very young age. And it's a great activity to do as a family as well. I love that it's incorporating families and not just a kids class, or just basic lessons. This is definitely a bonding exercise as well, opportunity. So that's amazing. So I wish you the best of luck for this music class. And we'll talk more about other sessions that come up as time goes on. But I wish you the best of luck for the Pony Collection.
Great. Thank you very much. Yes.